Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever had one of those days where someone says or does something and it just gets under your skin? It could be a stranger, a colleague, or even someone you love. You find yourself replaying the moment in your head, feeling that knot of anger or frustration tighten in your stomach. What if I told you that you could significantly reduce or even eliminate those feelings? That you could reach a state where you're rarely, if ever, bothered by the actions of others? It's not about becoming numb or emotionless. It's about becoming emotionally invincible. Today, we're diving into 11 life-changing steps to help you achieve just that. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about reclaiming your power and your peace. So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get started. Step 1 is a big one. Understand that you can't control anyone but yourself. This is the foundation of everything we're going to talk about. We spend so much energy wishing people would act differently, think differently, or be more considerate. We get frustrated when they don't meet our expectations. But the hard truth is, you have zero control over their thoughts, feelings, or actions. The only thing you have 100% control over is your reaction. The moment you truly accept this, you'll feel a massive weight lift off your shoulders. Instead of trying to change the world around you, you can start focusing your energy where it matters most, on managing your own inner world. This shift in perspective is the first key to unlocking lasting peace. Step 2. Don't take anything personally. This is a classic piece of wisdom for a reason. When someone is rude, critical, or dismissive, it's almost never about you. It's about them. Their behavior is a reflection of their own struggles, their bad day, their insecurities, their past experiences. Maybe they're stressed about work, fighting with their partner, or just feeling down on themselves. Their actions are a projection of their internal state. When you realize their behavior is their story, not yours, it loses its power to hurt you. You become an observer rather than a participant in their drama. So next time someone cuts you off in traffic or makes a snide comment, remind yourself, this isn't about me. All right, step 3, lower your expectations of others. This might sound a little cynical, but it's actually incredibly liberating. We often get angry or disappointed because people don't live up to the unspoken rules and expectations we have for them in our heads. We expect our friends to always be available, our partners to read our minds, and strangers to be unfailingly polite. But people are just people. They're flawed, they make mistakes, and they have their own priorities. By lowering your expectations, you're not saying you should accept poor treatment. You're simply accepting reality. This allows you to appreciate people for who they are, not for who you wish they would be. You'll find yourself feeling less let down and more pleasantly surprised when people do something kind. Moving on to step 4. Practice empathy and try to see their perspective. Instead of immediately jumping to anger, take a moment and get curious. Ask yourself, why might they be acting this way? Try to put yourself in their shoes, even for just a second. Maybe the person who seems arrogant is actually deeply insecure. Maybe the colleague who snapped at you is under immense pressure from a deadline you don't know about. Empathy doesn't mean you have to agree with them or excuse their behavior. It simply means you're trying to understand the why behind it. This act of understanding diffuses your anger because it turns a villain into a human being, someone who is likely just trying their best with the tools they have. Step 5 is a game changer. Develop a strong sense of self-worth. When you know your value, the opinions of others become less important. If your self-esteem is dependent on external validation, on people liking you, agreeing with you, or approving of you, then you're giving them the power to control your emotions. But when you build your worth from the inside, based on your own character, values, and accomplishments, you become unshakable. Someone's criticism or disapproval no longer feels like a personal attack. It's just noise. It's just their opinion, and it has no bearing on your inherent value. A strong sense of self is like emotional armor. Step 6. Create healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are guidelines to teach people how to treat you. It's about knowing your limits and communicating them clearly and respectfully. If a friend constantly complains and it drains your energy, you can say, "I'm here for you, but I only have about 10 minutes to talk about this right now." If a family member makes critical comments about your life, you can say, "I appreciate your concern, but this topic is not up for discussion." Setting boundaries might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's essential for protecting your peace. It prevents resentment from building up and stops others from walking all over you, which are major sources of anger and frustration. This brings us to step 7. Focus on solutions, not the problem. When someone does something that bothers you, it's easy to get stuck replaying the incident, fixating on how unfair it was, and stewing in your anger. This is called rumination, and it's like emotional quicksand. A more powerful approach is to shift your focus immediately to a solution. Instead of thinking, "I can't believe they said that," ask yourself, "Okay, that happened. What can I do now to feel better? What can I do to prevent this from happening again?" This proactive mindset moves you from a passive victim to an active creator of your own experience. It's about taking back control. Step 8. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Anger is an intense, reactive emotion. Mindfulness is the antidote. It's the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When you feel anger rising, mindfulness allows you to create a small space between the trigger and your reaction. In that space, you have a choice. You can observe the feeling of anger, the heat in your chest, the tension in your jaw, without getting swept away by it. Regular meditation strengthens this mindfulness muscle, making it easier to stay calm and centered even when faced with provocation. It trains your brain to be less reactive and more responsive. Next up, step 9. Choose your battles wisely. Not everything that bothers you deserves your energy. So much of our daily frustration comes from minor annoyances that, in the grand scheme of things, are completely insignificant. Someone taking too long at the ATM, a person talking loudly on their phone. Is it really worth your peace of mind? Before you react, ask yourself, will this matter in an hour, a day, a week? Most of the time, the answer is no. Learning to let go of the small stuff frees up an incredible amount of mental and emotional energy that you can then devote to things that truly matter. Save your energy for the fights that are actually worth fighting. Step 10. Find a healthy outlet for your emotions. The goal isn't to suppress anger or pretend it doesn't exist. Emotions are energy, and that energy needs to go somewhere. The key is to release it in a constructive, not destructive way. Go for a run, hit the gym, punch a pillow, write in a journal, talk to a trusted friend, or channel that energy into a creative project. Find what works for you. When you have a healthy outlet, you can process the feeling of anger and let it move through you without it festering or causing you to lash out at someone. It's about acknowledging the feeling and then giving it a safe place to go. And finally, step 11. Cultivate gratitude and joy in your own life. When your own life is full of things you're grateful for and activities that bring you joy, you become much less susceptible to the negativity of others. A person who is genuinely happy and fulfilled doesn't get easily rattled. Their emotional cup is already full. They don't need validation from others, and they aren't looking for fights. Make it a daily practice to focus on what's good in your life. Spend time on your hobbies, nurture your relationships, and pursue your passions. The more you build a life you love, the less power external events and people will have over your state of mind. Your own happiness becomes your greatest shield. So there you have it. 11 steps to become a person who is rarely, if ever, bothered by others. Remember, this is a practice, not a perfect science. It takes time and consistent effort. But by integrating these steps into your life, you can reclaim your emotional freedom and build a deep, unshakable sense of inner peace. You deserve to live a life that isn't dictated by the moods and actions of others. You have the power to create that reality for yourself. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, Please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which step resonated with you the most? Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.